heard you were speaking, so.
Yes. So, I'll tell you a little story. You know, many of you know that Rob, a previous member, bought a house a few months ago. And he did call me after settlement and said, you know, we're interested in solar, just want to get sort of our feet wet and understand what our bills are going to look like, and sort of dive into it. So he called me yesterday and said that he met with the Sunrun rep because I didn't sign anything. I signed a bunch of papers, but I didn't sign any. I'm like, well, wait a minute, what?
What did you sign?
Yeah, you didn't sign anything, but you signed a bunch of papers. He goes, yeah, there's a bunch of papers I was signing. It's like, send me what you signed. So he did. I'm sure he signed other things, but one of the things he signed was an interconnection application. It's an application that accompanies every solar project. You need to apply to interconnect your system with the local utility grid. Sometimes it gets approved, sometimes it gets reduced, sometimes it gets rejected altogether. So you need to have that approval before you install solar, because there are companies out there, believe it or not, that install just to be quick and to also make you feel obligated. Once it's on your roof, you're not going to cancel. You're obligated now, as opposed to waiting the 2 months it takes to get all the approvals. Someone might get cold feet and decide, oh, maybe I don't want to do this.
Right.
So to protect themselves, the contractor wants to install quick, but when you do that, you run the risk of it not getting approved. Or maybe you install a 10K system and they approve the 7K system. So now you got to either remove some panels or all the panels, and then cover up the holes that you made. It's not a great experience, and it's not legitimate. So I responded to his email basically saying, congratulations, you went solar. But these are the types of things, I'm not sure, I wasn't
He's
there.
forced?
No, I don't know how it was positioned. Did they tell him this is only X, but really it was something else?
But is he legally bound to work?
No,
with
there's obviously a right to rescind.
It's a 3-day.
Yes, and depending on the contract, it could be 10. But the reality is that, especially with a lease, there's not a whole lot they can do until it's on your roof. I've had someone who was 3 months in, and he called me when we were ready to install, and he called me and said, I'm not going to be able to do this. My wife came home last week and said she doesn't want to be married anymore, and I'm moving out. So, and we were $6,000 invested in the project already, but it is the cost of doing business. There's not a whole lot you can do. We could probably send him an invoice, but he may or may not pay it. It wouldn't be good PR, that type of thing. So we do take certain level of risk, cost when you go down that road. Until it's on your roof, there's really no financial obligation or anything in it for us. But my concern is that I hear this a lot, is that people say I didn't know what I was doing, I didn't understand. He said I was just running a soft credit check, and you just need to sign these 15 forms, and then we can get you approved for credit, even though we know you haven't committed to anything.
I thought Rob was a little smart. Why, if he's paying cash, why would he do a soft credit check?
I don't want to really go down that road, just because I don't want to make him feel like he did something that maybe he shouldn't have. Or my goal is to just get him to the right place. So I put together a purchase option for him. Now he did say that the Sunrun purchase option was $94,000.
Wow.
So I did a purchase option for him that was going to produce more than the other one, slightly bigger system. And I came in at $37,500. So both he and his wife were on the phone. We talked. She asked questions. Then we concluded.
37.5 is more like what he was expecting.
Well, she had to run to a meeting. She sent him a text saying, "Why is his pricing so low?" And I explained it's not that my pricing's low; it's that they're